Hey guys, this is Debbie from Best iPhone Game, and tonight I have a new game I want to introduce you to. Now this one is a good bit different from a lot of the other games I've shown you, and you'll see why I'm saying that in just a few minutes. Now the name of this game is called the Scooba Maze game, and as you can tell just by looking at that little icon there on my iPad, it is all about underwater adventures. So let's go ahead and click on the icon and get started with it. Alright, let me back up a little bit here so you can see it better. So, from the screen right there we go. So there you can see the entire screen to get started. Now this game, as you can tell, is an underwater game, and the graphics on it are really nice. First of all, I have to say that. Secondly, just on this opening screen, it already gets you in the mood for what you're about to encounter. I really like the way the creators have gotten these animated bubbles going. It really kind of puts you in the mood that you've been watching, you know, an aquarium, or maybe you're going to the aquarium, or you're at the aquarium and you've already been watching all these sea creatures in action. So it kind of puts you in that kind of mood before you even get started. So if you look around the way they have the screen here, it's very well laid out. Everything is very colorful, it's very clear, it's just really well done. But let's go ahead and I'm going to walk you through everything on here just so you'll know what to expect when you get the game. So first of all, if you look over here on the left hand side, you'll see there are buttons for email, Facebook, Twitter, also for sounds, so you can adjust your sounds if you want to. And over here at the bottom, all across, you'll see there are buttons for customize, this big red button here. If you click on that, you can see that there are many buttons there for you to choose from. Now first of all, you're going to have the choice of your scuba diver. What is he going to be wearing when he's out swimming? Well, first of all, let's see. So there's different outfits that you can buy, and each of them have different prices. So you just click on the button there and you'll see kind of what you have to choose from. Okay. And also, if you click on the knife there, you'll see that there are several different kinds of tools or things that you can buy for your scuba adventure that you might need while you're out and about. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Alright, so let's go back. Come on, buddy. There we go. Alright, so also the over here on the bottom right hand side, the get coin button. If you touch that, you can actually see all the different kinds of coins that are available to you. So if you need to buy other things during the game, like you just saw, you can buy, you know, other scuba outfits. You can be nice and fashionable, or you can buy other kinds of equipment and tools that you might need in case you're attacked by, you know, a shark, or in case you're hunting different things. You may need some tools to be able to dig up your treasures with. Who knows? But anyway, all that is here. And you also have the ability, if you look here, well, you have the button with the one scuba diver, or you have the button with the two scuba divers. So you have a choice between single player and multiplayer. So if you have a friend who has this game also, you guys can play together and you know, compare scores and say who's better and that sort of thing. So that's all here. Also, if you look up here at the top right hand corner, there's a little eye. Press on that red eye, and it's going to take you to a little tutorial screen, or a little information screen. And I really like that they've done this, because so many of the games nowadays don't have anything, so you're kind of just trying to figure out the game as you go, and if you hadn't got anybody to tell you how to play it, a lot of times you may not know what to do. But this is nice that it shows you kind of what you need to do and how to do it. So first of all, it tells you need to be collecting jewels and treasure. Also, it tells you how to use the finger swipe to scroll around the board, and it also points out the way that you make the character walk is by tapping the screen, and that's the way the character follows. Wherever you tap, that's where the character's going to move to. Okay, so we've got through all that, and now let's go ahead and let's play the game and let you see it so you can kind of understand exactly what's going on here. So before we get started, you'll see there are 3 levels, and I haven't got enough coins to open any of these yet. I will eventually, but haven't done it yet, so for now we're just going to play the easy level. And like most other maze games, you have the ability before it gets started to kind of look around. Now this is where you want to go, right down here at the bottom corner. So you can kind of see there are other things, little pearls, there's jewels, there's little treasures and different things. So you want to collect as many of those as you can along the way. And you want to make sure you do it within the time limit before the time runs out, but you also got your air supply to consider. So, keep all that in mind as you're moving around, because it'll do you no good if you run out of time or air before you get to the end of the maze. But it is nice to grab as many different things as you can along the way. So you see how I'm doing? I'm just tapping the screen, and that's where the scuba diver is actually going to. So he just follows wherever I touch, and that's where he dives to, or where he's swimming to. And remember, you want to keep an eye on your time, so kind of keep that in the back of your mind as you're swimming about. And if you think you got plenty of time to actually go get more stuff, do it. I'm going to see if I can get by here without actually. There we go. There's one more thing anyway. And since we're getting close, we'll just go ahead and finish. And there you go. You see we won. Okay, so now it shows you how many gems you got and also how many coins. So for now, let's go ahead and let's play it one more time just so you can see a little more about the game. First of all, I do want to point out that each of these mazes are random, so you don't have the same thing every time. And that's really good, because if you did have the same thing every time, it would be easy to play, but it would get boring really, really fast, because you'd always know the exact right thing to do. And, where's the challenge in that? Now I really like the way they've done the graphics here. The seafloor is so pretty with all the shimmering blues and all the little crustaceans and other sea creatures that are actually living on top of the rocks here. Excuse me. I think they've just really done a nice job with that. The artwork is really, really nice. And the music adds a lot to the game too. Although if I had to listen to it for too long, I think I might be so relaxed I would go to sleep. But for now, while we're playing the game, it just really adds a nice touch. Okay, and we're doing pretty good on time, so we'll try to back around here and pick up a few more things. Oops, go with that one. There we go. It would be nice if you could go diagonally, but that never works. Y'all excuse me. I got a frog in my throat or something. Okay, and let's go ahead, head on down, and then we're going to come on down and finish up again. And there you go, we won again. Very cool. So now you can see we got more of the gems and more coins. So the more of those you get, eventually you're going to get enough points that you can buy some of those really cool scuba suits, or you can also buy some of those tools if you want to. But for now, we'll go back to the main screen. So I really want to encourage you, if you hadn't gotten this game yet, to go ahead and get it. This is the Scooba Maze game. It's a lot of fun. It's really a nice game. Anyone who enjoys scuba diving would really enjoy this, and even those of you who have never tried it, but hey, you want to pretend that you're doing it, this would be a great game to have. And you don't even have to worry about having a wetsuit or getting in the water, and no sharks either. So anyway, give it a try for yourself. This is the Scooba Maze game, and I highly endorse it. This is Debbie with Best iPhone Game. You guys have a good day. Thanks a lot.